For the next week, I'll be following one of Britain's most iconic national trails, 97 miles. From the North Wales coast to the English border, I'll be crossing hills, forests, and some of the country's finest landscapes. This is the Offas Dyke path. Good morning, welcome to Prestatyn. Just behind me, as you saw, is the Irish Sea, and in front of me is 177 miles of the Offas Dyke path, from the north coast of Wales to the south, finishing at Chepstow. Arguably one of the UK's best long distance paths. Not so sure? Why don't you come with me on this journey and we'll both find out together. So there's a marker at the edge of town showing the actual way. Now everybody I know or have seen always starts on the coast, but just here on the edge of town near the cross foxes, this is where the route officially begins. But there's no right and wrongs to it. It's just a journey south through, well, history and lots of beauty, I imagine. There we go, just leaving the town centre. So my ethos was yesterday, rather than arrive by train around 1:30, something like that, and set off on a 40-mile trek, why not get your head down, set off nice and early, cooler, quieter. Spoke too soon. So even though the entire Offas Dyke path is 177 miles, I won't be doing it all in one go over the next fortnight. Last year I went from Knighton to Monmouth with my best friend Simon. He won't be joining me this trip, so this trip is going to be Prestatyn, as you've seen, to Knighton. If you're wondering, the view from Prestatyn from here looks like this. Make no mistake, this early morning mist lends a little something to an early walk. It's calm, it's quiet, it's cool, and though I'm struggling to catch them on camera this last 20 minutes, the place is teeming with rabbits. In the meantime, just enjoy the silence. So in a nutshell, the Offas Dyke path is a 177-mile route from North Wales to south at Chepstow on the Severn Estuary, and only some of it, about 80 miles mid-journey, you actually walk along next to or within sight of the dike. We're going to see some of that in stages ahead. If you stick with me, you'll see some of it, maybe some castles, some history too. Stick around. Well, this is all absolutely idyllic. However, with zero clouds on the horizon, and this is going to be the shape of it for the day, this punishing strong sunlight, it's time to go to plan B. I feel like I'm one of the Fremen from Dune. I've got my drinking pipe, I have my, not quite a still suit, but I'm keeping the sun off. So we'll see how it goes. Okay. Gosh, you can tell it hasn't rained here for absolutely ages. So what do you think? A good idea? Didn't think I'd need it. And I might look like a lemon. It's going to keep the sun off. If we're going to have day after day of punishing UV. Ooh. Yeah, a bit of shade at last. And I've just checked the old charts there. It looks like we're probably 2, maybe 3k from Ralt, where we can get a drink and so forth. So a bit of welcome shade. I think before I leave this forested bit I might take 5 and just cool down a bit. But I've got to say, this 15 quid Amazon SPF 50 top, well worth it. Oh, and a lovely breeze through this woody tunnel. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Wasn't that amazing? I think a red kite and some kind of red admiral just on the thistles there, but just catching that bird in flight, so lucky. Always worth taking, well, 10 minutes sitting in the shade, cross my fingers, gonna catch it in flight. Just amazing, just worth taking a bit of time just to see and watch them in flight or at play, and just taking it all in. Getting old. Like I said, the signs are really well laid out. I've run out of water, all 3 litres of it. I've been rationing myself, spending time in the shade. There's no getting around it, there's nowhere to get any and nobody to ask. I knocked on a house back there, and with no car on the drive I imagine they're out, so we'll have to see how this goes. Love the smell of the bracken. And this is the start of the last part of the ascent onto this edge of the Clwydian Range. So up onto the tops here eventually, along a bit, and then we should eventually see the edges of Bodfari, not too far. And just as we get a bit of height, we get a lot of views. Look at this. Oh yeah. Well, there's no getting away from it in weather like this, on a route like this where there is nowhere to refill anything other than knock on a door and politely have some water. There's a real chance, unless you're careful, that this turns from a joyous walk on a long distance footpath to a feat of endurance where your head drops and you're thinking, how much further, I've got to keep going. So while you have to maintain an element of realism, there's still plenty to enjoy if you just pace yourself, make the most of the shade that there is, rest frequently, and just mind how you go. Yes, it's hot, but it's beautiful and it's invigorating, and it's a great day. A good opportunity to enjoy a bit of a breeze. We're at the top of Cefn-Du, I think I pronounced it correctly, 268 metre hill. As we come off the other side, we'll be able to look at the Vale of Clwyd. Well, it's about this section with less than a mile to go. I'm going to stray off the Offas Dyke path, for this one reason. My accommodation's down there, and I think you'll agree it doesn't make any sense to way down to Bodfari and have to come back about a kilometre out again to go back in for my tea. So I'm going to go and put my feet up, and I'll show you the accommodation, and get some well needed fluids and put my feet up till tea time. So there we go, Prestatyn to Bodfari. About 5.5 hours of actual moving, total of 7 hours. When it comes to actually enjoying the scenery, I don't think there's anything bad to be said for taking in scenery like this. Vale of Clwyd. The sun's up at 4:30, so I think I'm probably going to set up about 5 o'clock tomorrow, because it's going to be very, very punishing heat wise tomorrow and zero shade. So join me tomorrow and find out. Will I make it? Will the heat get the better of me? For now, thanks for watching. Goodbye.